Fairy Tail is back, and unlike Eden Zero, it didn't come out late. It actually came out on time. So this is definitely a information dump chapter. Like, we learned so much about the Golden Owl Guild. But let's start off from the beginning. First off, the Sabretooth Guild is fucking massive. The thing towers above the entire city. Like, it's insane just how big this thing is. Like, Fairy Tail's Guild is nothing compared to this. And it has, like, its own, like, basically bath and, like, water park in a sense. It's absurd. The library alone is just massive. Like, it looks like an archive more than a library, and it basically operates like an archive. Lucy is extremely excited about this because she loves books. Yeah, so as you can imagine, there's just too many books. There's no way they're going to be able to find what they're looking for in this giant mess. But you can, it's like, no, you don't have to worry about that. You can just use this Lacrima, which can guide you to basically where you want to go. It's basically just a Google. It's basically just a Google input thing. So Natsu decides that he's going to play with it, and Happy's like, well, type in a book about fish. Natsu ignores that completely, types in the name of Lucy's book, and it just flies off the bookshelf into his hands. So yeah, they collect any and every book you could possibly imagine. So Minerva then decides to show them how it works. You basically just type in keywords, and she types in the word fish, and an entire section of the library just glows, which, as you can imagine, that's a ton of books on fish. And she explains how you can narrow it down even further by adding in more keywords, like delicious and cooking method. There you go, you now could find a book on how to cook fish properly. Natsu then gets excited about this, and he wants to play with it. Lucy's like, it's not a toy, it's not a place where you play, this is a library. And then Gray starts typing in some keywords himself, basically about how to deal with a woman who's being hit on. A rain woman, so obviously we know who he's talking about. So Sorno, formerly Angel, but she went back to her real name after the prison break. So Sorna is basically like, you guys gotta shut up, this is a library. You can't be playing around like this. And Gray responds by saying, you're in a bikini, shouldn't you be dressing properly in a library? He stripped down to his underwear. She then tells Fairy Tail they have the authority to use the library as they see fit, and Sting is like, you don't have the authority to do that. That's my job, I'm the guild master. So Sorno then sees Urza and says, hey, wasn't Jalal supposed to be here with you? And obviously Urza's response is, so you were the one who was to talk to him? But that doesn't make sense, you don't need me to get in contact with him. And she said, well, technically what I have to talk about involves you as well. So Urza obviously has to go off to the meeting, and she entrusts basically Lucy and Wendy to handle everything, because obviously Natsu and Gray ain't gonna do shit. Sting basically warns Natsu not to fuck things up, and too late. He already grabbed a bunch of books and started to color in them, which kind of a dickish thing to do. Natsu's like, Jesus Christ. You can't just ruin people's property like that. Well, with this Fairy Tail we're talking about, they ruin cities. Minerva ensures Sting that she'll watch over everyone, that if there's any problem, she'll just teleport them to the basement, basically into a dungeon. And she already did to Natsu, like, Lucy's looking around, she's like, Natsu's gone! Already sent him to a dungeon. And so the meeting between Sorno, Sting, Urza, and Jalal begins. And the first thing Sorno wants to know, when's the wedding, and how many kids are they going to have? They both get flustered and basically like, we're not in a relationship. You should be, though. You clearly love each other, but whatever. Yeah, so Sorno then grabs Sting and basically hits on him, and is basically like, you and I should go out, and Sting is like, no. Turn it around flat. And so she asks Sting, who do you like then, Yukino or Minerva? And his response is, I'm focused on Natsu. He still wants to beat Natsu. That's basically been his goal since he was a child. The thing is, he does in fact like Yukino. Like, there are multiple episodes and chapters involving him wanting to protect her. So, being very protective of her, not just protecting her, but being very serious about it. So, yeah. So Jalal then demands they start talking about business. And Sorno finally gets to the point. Shows the image of the White Witch. And Jalal's response to that is, I've already taken care of that. There's really nothing for me to do from here. The thing is, from the very beginning, she technically wasn't the White Witch. She just took over the name to basically get the resources of the rebellious cult. So Sorno is like, exactly, the rebellious cult, the original White Witch wasn't her. It was someone else altogether. The founder. The one who's on par with Zareth in power. And Sorno knows where she's at. She did her research, she found her. And Jalal's response to that is, okay, but Toko was the problem, not this White Witch person. She's of no concern to me. Like, Toko was the one causing havoc and destruction. She was the problem. She's the one he took care of. After this, he doesn't really care about the cult. So then she gets all pouty and starts acting like a child, until finally Jalal just gives in and says, I beg you to tell me. And apparently, the real White Wizard is part of the Golden Owl Guild. The White Wizard Athena. Yep, that Athena, the weapon. Honest to God, she's a cyborg wizard created by alchemy to basically kill dragon gods. She's she's a wizard and an ultimate weapon. It is insane to me that this is even a thing. Like, it's crazy that cyborgs even exist in fairy tale world. I mean, don't get me wrong, they've always had weird technology like cars and trains and such, but to have a full-on cyborg, that's a new one for me. Especially a cyborg that you can build that's on par with Zeref in power, that's absurd. Like, holy shit. Yeah, so we pop over to the Golden Owl Guild, and we're introduced to all the main characters, not just Athena, but of course God Serena, where he's then hitting on the two sisters. Their names are Rosina and Eni. Rosina seems to be the sweet twin, and Eni seems to be the violent one, because one basically is gracious that she's being hit on by God Serena. She doesn't take him too seriously, but she's nice to him. Eni, on the other hand, is threatening to kill him. So Eni then questions why they even have a wizard and an alchemy guild. And Athena pops up and basically said, they're both very similar, so why not? Eni basically just brushes off that comment and then goes back to God Serena and is like, hey master, can I just kill this guy for fucking up? For not bringing back the orb? And God Serena's like, no, please. Yeah, so the guild master of the Golden Owls Guild is named Duke Barabara. Barely giant dude with an eye patch. Looks very sophisticated, so yeah, he's probably actual royalty, an actual duke. And his response to that is, no, it's fine that God Serena failed, because as soon as Athena has been completed, she'll be able to enslave all the dragon gods for me. So it seems that he's actually not the golden dragon god. What he is just a human who is extremely powerful and wants to enslave the golden dragon god. And also the other dragon gods, the ones that are still alive anyway. Okay, so the power scaling for this guild is absurd for me, and I don't even know where to even think about it. Because we already got God Serena, who admitted that the two sisters are stronger than him. Athena's on par with Zeref, and obviously the master of the guild is stronger than everyone, I suppose, but I don't know if he's stronger than Athena, because he's saying that Athena will enslave the dragon gods for him. So, from what I'm understanding, it goes God Serena, above that is the sisters, above that is the master, Barabara, and then above that would be Athena. This guild is, fuck, they are so OP, it's kind of bullshit. How are you this powerful? I mean, Diablos was also kind of busted. They had two characters on par with guild arts, and their master was even stronger than that. So, I'm not surprised that these guys are fucking OP, but damn, this continent is full of monsters, like insane monsters. But yeah, I really like this chapter. I'm a big fan of just information, just dumps and like this. I would like to learn as much as I can about what's going on in the world and such. So yeah, this is one of my favorite chapters in a while. Definitely a 10 out of 10 from me. Alright, if you enjoyed this video, please subscribe, give a thumbs up so you can enjoy more Fairy Tail and other anime things. Thank you and have a great day.